What's up, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and I know it is the Cringemas season. But before I get into EA's new incredible invention, CringeVertising, I want to talk about DICE issuing an apology to the player base, and of course it going perfectly. So over the weekend, DICE addressed some of the tweaks they had to make to the TTK that some people were having an issue with. Essentially, they had moved it up, moved it back. People thought it was a little bit too much like Call of Duty for that fast action, high K rates. Some people prefer the older style in Battlefield, and I get it. I prefer to be able to take a few hits other than just constantly having to respawn every time. That's my play style. That's probably why, if I were to pick between the two, I'd probably prefer Battlefield, but I've actually played a lot more Call of Duty than I have Battlefield, well, because of DICE. So the news came on Reddit, which we're going to take a look at. The global TTK in Battlefield V was slowed in a patch at the end of last month. And they said, well, actually, why don't I just go? I don't need somebody else to cover it for me. Here it is. DICE official. Hello, Battlefield community. On behalf of the Battlefield team, I'd like to apologize for the silence over the past couple days on the TTK topic. We've seen it being talked about, a big talking point, and causing a divide in the community. Now, I get it, right? New players, it's frustrating to just get, yeeted over and over and over and over and over again, but that's how you get good at the game. Nobody jumps into a game and is automatically amazing at it, obviously. But of course, in today's participation trophy world, DICE wants to help all the little babies out there. So we have been listening closely. Changes to the game carrying this kind of weight needs clearer, earlier communication before getting rolled out. We will improve how rollout updates in the future and respond more quickly. So why change the TTK? By the way, they are changing it. The intent came from us observing that our new players are having a very hard time with the game compared to our core players. Well, imagine that. Who would have thunk it? Experienced perennial players are better at the game than brand new players? Shocking. Anyway, Battlefield 5, I'm sorry. As many of our veteran players know, Battlefield games constantly evolve and change over time in collaboration with the community. Battlefield 5 is no exception. We heard your feedback that many of you prefer the old TTK values with one playlist featuring only Conquest using core settings clearly not being enough. To fix that, we will be adding a core version of all playlists in the game next week, giving you a clear choice between new and old settings. We'll update you early next week when the new playlist will be added. I'm sure this went over perfect. So essentially, instead of figuring out the right balance, they're just going to duplicate their efforts and have twice as many options for every player. So you can basically choose if you want it a little easier. So basically you have like an easy mode, I guess you might call it. In Call of Duty, I liked playing hardcore for a while. Like kind of that one shot is satisfying and it's a little more realistic depending on where it is in terms of hit detection. So I get it. But this is definitely not a great solution. This is just, here, just have them both and leave us alone. And of course, we'll look at the top. Let's see what the top reply is. New players struggling? No kidding. Name me one multiplayer game where new players can jump in instantly and do as good as experienced players. I seriously can't fathom why they are trying so hard not to admit their mistakes, and their excuses are so lame on top of it. My money is going to be on being a management decision, and the devs are left with the aftermath. And that's probably true. Definitely, greed does ruin everything. I spent 5 years playing CS and haven't ever played Battlefield on PC. By all metrics, DICE and EA would be able to see. I'm a brand new Battlefield player, and I played BC2 back in the day under PS3 under a different account. I have a 2.0 KD, and I'm in the top quarter of the leaderboard every match. I'm not amazing, but I'm not struggling either. This game feels like pure butt to play. Medic guns are useless. Automatic rifles are useless. I'm just going the pure aggressive recon, seeing as though they broke the other two classes I played. Shroud is considered one of the best FPS players for the reason that he adapts to new games really fast. Now go watch him play his first Pooberg match ever. Even he wasn't insane as he played the game for the first time. Sure, he had still better aim than your average Joe, but it struggled with the game. Why does DICE feel the need to dumb down the game to everyone who will be able to get good from the go? Something like that simply not possible. And do you also think Poohberg would have become popular if they dumbed it down to a level where everyone can just point and shoot with no recoil or anything? Yeah, this is a valid point. But I want to move into a more celebratory mood here. Now, I don't know. This seems to me like a player preference issue, but the problem is when you change it changing a horse like mid-river like this, changing a core feature or function of the game, here's what's going to happen. Some people are still going to get used to the old style. Some people are still going to get used to the new style. And you're going to doom yourself to providing both forever because you're just never going to be able to satisfy everyone. They should have met somewhere in the middle, rolled it out, and let people fall where they lie. Or even better, they shouldn't have changed it at all up front and just said, get better, get good, scrub. What happened to that? So over the weekend, also, I was set a warning in an email that did warn me of extreme cringe contents. Now, if you watched the EA Battlefield rollout with Trevor Noah, it was one of the worst things I've ever witnessed on TV, and I was around in 2011, okay? I'm not saying it was the worst, but it was shockingly bad, okay? And I don't understand why all these people think Trevor Noah is the guy. He is barely funny as a comedian, but really he's an activist masquerading as a comedian, so it makes it's really not surprising that DICE would want to shill for this guy. But Trevor Noah is not a gamer. Gamers don't watch Trevor Noah, and Trevor Noah doesn't sell games. Yet, it didn't stop Battlefield from rolling out the cringemas cheer this weekend in one of the worst advertisements I've ever seen. Now, you've been warned. All right, if you can't handle any more cringe because it's a Monday, I understand. Before you leave, make sure you like the video though for that warning. But let's just see how inspiring these ads turned out to be.
Battlefield last night. I had so many kills, I was on another level.
Yeah, I don't know what level you thought you were on, but you were definitely trash.
What?
I said you were trash.
I hate to say this, Amanda, but he's right. You didn't revive anybody.
You guys are jealous. Boys. We all know I'm the best player, and here's why. Stay with me, soldier! No! 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Amanda. Why? Let me just... I do a little bit of marketing on the side. Let me see if I can come up with a better use for your talents to sell Battlefield 5 copies. There we go.
Mr. Assault? Oh, I'm running out there. Pew, 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 pew. What happened to your bullets? I'm running out. Shooting what? Blanks, batch. Blanks. Who had to resupply you?
Some ammo for you.
Me.
Trevor. God. I'm going to see if maybe I can work some magic again. Maybe, let me see if I got one more in me. What would sell more Battlefield 5 copies? A game that works. Yeah, I suppose. Not attacking the community. That's also good. But, if I had to work with all that I have in this one room, I still think that this works a lot better.
All of a sudden, I heard footsteps behind me. An enemy! I spotted a tank. Pulled out the V1 binoculars. Mom, not right now. I'll be home for dinner. Pepperoni. Yeah. Okay, love you. Yeah, bye.
God, that's all I can handle. And look, out of the whole lot, at least I know that you're a gamer, but you managed to let them force you into that, gamers all live at home with their mom trope who make them pepperoni pizzas. Didn't you, I feel like if I know you probably got paid more money than I make all year to do this ad. So clearly all 4 of you get the last laugh, okay? I'll take the L on that for sure. All right. But if a video game was offering me money to advertise their video game, I would probably stay away from making fun of gamers. Now, I know, gamers have pretty thick skin, but, we are the most oppressed class in the world. That is an irrefutable fact. But I'm glad that EA is spending money on advertising to, I don't know, Instagram models, some dude who's in a movie nobody's ever going to see, and a horribly unfunny late night comedian / activist. Just another great decision, just another great use of your money. And I really hope that this gets people flooded in to Battlefield 5, especially since now that they've made it easier for the newbies like Trevor Noah. He really needs the extra time. I'm sure he dedicates many hours a week to gaming, just like the Instagram model and the Hollywood actor. They probably spent a lot of time on Battlefield. So this is probably direct feedback from them. But, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it didn't upset you too much. I've actually got a third video planned tonight, probably around 7 Central. I've got some updates on Red Dead Redemption Online. I've got some loot box updates and some other titles. So today is definitely going to be a triple upload. So I hope you enjoy them all, and if you do, remember to crush that thumbs up button and have your notification bell on, and make sure you're subscribed because, I don't know, because. I hope you enjoyed this video, though. We'll talk to you again real soon.